Chapter 28c. Reaching the end of my garganta, I smashed face first into the infinite well of darkness and swirling non-reality that was the edges of the garganta. What fuck? I cursed, holding my very smarting nose as I took in the dull wall of darkness in front of me, and came to an epiphany as I connected my spiritual energy into the garganta and realized there was some sort of barrier blocking me. Ah, hell no. This garganta train only has one direction, and that's penetration. I yelled as I fed up with trying to go around the wall of whatever was blocking me from continuing, and with a roar my garganta began to shake and destabilize, but that very same destabilization allowed me to smash through the thinning barrier and was welcomed to a flash of light that blinded me. Once my vision cleared away, I realized I had excited my garganta and I was actually in some kind of mega-sized cavern or something. Now where am I? I muttered as I began walking in through the massive cavern that was well lit by brightly glowing crystals in the ceiling. Not to mention how the massive cavern seemed to be a fully enclosed ecosystem with numerous trees and even some life forms from what my pesquisa could pinpoint. Well, let's get going. Before I could even sonito towards the large collection of souls in the distance, I wobbled in place as the whole cavern shook and the crystals above dimmed and changed from a bright and less fluorescent white to a grim dark red that barely illuminated the cavern. Ah-oh. I muttered as weird shattering noises filled my ears, and then I had to hop aside as from deeper in the forest a large bear-looking thing that was standing on its hind legs began running at me. Bala. I muttered, blasting off the top half of the monster's torso, and as it died bursting into smoke, I noticed a very crucial thing the monster left behind. Ah hell. This has to be Danmachi or something. I muttered, seeing the fist-sized purple crystal laying innocently at my feet. Then this must be the dungeon then. I thought as I took off in a sonito before. With my customary screech of torn air, I appeared in front of the largest congregations of souls. Wah! Who are you? I heard a female voice cry out, and I looked over and could only deadpan as I saw the very proof of the world I was in. Hestia was pointing at me as I had just appeared atop a sort of cliff buff when they and other familiars were confronting one another for some reason, and Hestia decided to wave her massive hunkers in the dungeon, which pissed it off and decided to spawn super monsters to kill everyone. You are not ready to hear my name, Lady of the Hearth Flame. I spoke as I watched a titan of muscle and rage form in the distance. I am a goddess, tell me your name. Teleporting isn't fair for mortals to have. Hestia yelled, stomping her feet, and my face could only twitch as Hermes came out of hiding, nodding firmly in response to Hestia's words. You are certainly a goddess. But not my goddess. But fine, I shall give you my name. I said as the massive, blackened Goliath formed around its monster's stone and begun to attack the adventurers who thought to try an alpha strike on it. My name is Lord. I said, with the deities all but tripping at my bullshit but still true to their divine senses nonsense. Goddess, we need to get out of here. That Goliath is level 5 or even 6, Revira doesn't have the adventurers down here to take care of it. Bell said after he downed some potions from being beaten up by the random adventurers down here, and honestly, I had no idea why they even did it, as it had been years since I saw the first season of Danmachi. You what? I muttered as I looked at Hestia. Hey Hestia, right? What do you want? We need to flee, hurry up. Hestia scolded as all the wounded adventurers were picking themselves up, and even Bell had taken up Hestia onto his back so he could carry his barefoot goddess away from any battles. If I kill that monster, can you guys get me some food before I leave? I asked as my stomach grumbled after not eating for hours. I had been running through the garganta. Sure. Hestia cried out as a sonic wave approached us, and with a shrug I turned to the wave of sonic energy, and with a wordless bala I first destroyed the sonic attack before I laid out a finger at the Goliath that seemingly found Hestia to be a delightful target, seeing as its eyes were locked onto the tiny goddess. In order for me to feast, I must ask you to die. Ciro Oscuras. I intoned with the purple singularity of power growing on the tip of my finger expanded dramatically as it all but encapsulated the monster. As I recalled, the Goliath had an impressive form of self-regeneration, so I wordlessly channeled the Ciro until I heard and felt my Ciro pass through the Goliath and collide with the other side of the dungeon, which made me cut of the Ciro lest the dungeon decide to summon more mutated Goliaths. At the damage I was causing. Once I was sure the monster was dead, I turned around only to see the faces of Hestia's and Hermes' familia looking utterly gobsmacked at how I one-shot the mutated floor boss. Alright ladies, chop chop. I have never been to Ororio before, and I need food in me before I decide elves or a bunny will make a good bite. I said, eyeing Belle and Rio, who all but gulped at my hungry look before Hestia cut them off. Wait. If you haven't been to Ororio before, then that means you haven't joined a familia, have you? Hestia. If the next words aren't Here is your order. I am literally going to take a bite out of someone. Though no, I am not part of a familia. I groaned, holding on to my stomach, and Hestia gulped as her divine senses ringed my warning as true, so she quickly told Belle to guide us back to the surface.